Whether you like it or don't like it, sit down and look at it because it's the best going today. Woo!
G5 Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at BoxWithG5 Jeff TV. That's BOXWIT G5 Jeff TV. And if you guys don't mind, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. Now, the body snatcher Dillian Whyte has been ordered to fight a final eliminator in the WBC versus Luis Ortiz. Now, a couple weeks before that, he was ordered to fight a final eliminator in the IBF against Pulev. Now, the question is, which option will he take? And actually, which one is the smarter move for Dillian Whyte? Now, I was going back and forth with my little bro, my sports, on this one, and he has some valid points. So he's gonna get partial credit for some of this, some of these facts I'm gonna drop. But Luis Ortiz is definitely the tougher fight. Like, hands down, he's the tougher fight. And Luis Ortiz is coming off of a knockout loss against Deontay Wilder, and his stock has gone up since that fight. He showed a lot of boxing skill. He dug deep. Anybody that knows me know that I say Luis Ortiz was a co-founder of the PED Boys. You know, more than one time he's been you know, he's had a dirty drug test where, you know, he was, you know, on the finest juices, you know. But, you know, because of his effort against Deontay Wilder, I took him off of the PED Boys list, you know, in honorary fashion. So it's just Alexander Povetkin, that's the sole owner of the PED Boys. But I'm not gonna get into that. But Luis Ortiz showed a lot in that fight, dug deep, and he was in the trenches, and he had a real shot of winning that fight. So definitely a big shout out to Luis Ortiz. Now, let's put the scenario out there. Let's just say Dillian Whyte fights Luis Ortiz. And let's just say Dillian Whyte gets the victory. We all know fans. Fans are going to say, okay, well, that's Deontay Wilder leftovers. This is why you can't say that. Number one, Dillian Whyte would be going into that fight as an underdog. Luis Ortiz would be the favorite in that fight. You can't say anything about anybody's leftovers when they walk in as the underdog. Can't say that. Can't say that. And number two, Luis Ortiz's stock went up, so Dillian Whyte would get full credit for beating a Luis Ortiz, because that's a tough style matchup for Dillian Whyte. Even though I do think he has the tools and the skill set to make it a very competitive fight, if not beat Luis Ortiz, but that's a difficult style matchup. I mean, Luis Ortiz is a southpaw. Technically, he does everything by the book. He cuts the ring off. He's the definition of a boxer puncher. He's the definition of a boxer puncher. Now, Dillian Whyte, does he have the ability to throw the straight right hand versus Luis Ortiz, which is what you would throw against a southpaw when you're a conventional fighter? Absolutely. Would he be able to rip some body shots off, you know, while Luis Ortiz is in a southpaw stance? Absolutely. Dillian Whyte would be able to get his shots off. But if he fought Luis Ortiz the way he fought Lucas Brown, he would have a serious shot of winning that fight. And, of course, I'm not comparing Lucas Brown to Luis Ortiz. I meant that in the sense of Dillian Whyte was calm, composed. He kept his emotions in check, and he systematically went about his game plan and got Lucas Brown up out of there. if he goes into a Luis Ortiz fight with that same mindset, he's giving himself a maximum opportunity to beat Luis Ortiz. I mean, Dillian Whyte would get more clout if he beat Luis Ortiz. But there's a other side to this coin. You got Kubrat Pulev, IBF final eliminator. Now, if Dillian Whyte takes this fight, this is the easier fight. Dillian Whyte is more skilled than Kubrat Pulev. It's a bigger fight in the UK. It would make Dillian Whyte more money in the UK. More reward, less risk when you're fighting Kubrat Pulev. Don't get me wrong, Pulev has been in the game for a while and he's going up against some of the top guys. But at the end of the day, I think technically he's not on Dillian Whyte's level. And I think that fight could possibly look a lot like that Lucas Brown fight. And again, I'm not comparing Pulev to Lucas Brown, but I give Dillian Whyte more credit than other people, especially people in the States and other YouTubers that talk about Dillian Whyte. I actually think Dillian Whyte is pretty good. I would say definitely top 10. You could argue top 5. But definitely a top 10 heavyweight, no doubt about it. And if Dillian Whyte wants to go about this systematically, if he's thinking about this in terms of business, he would go with the Pulev fight. It's more money and it's the easier fight. But if he's thinking about legacy and just trying to prove that he's the best and clout and things like that, Luis Ortiz is the route to go. The only thing with Luis Ortiz, you wonder if Luis Ortiz would actually go to the UK to get that fight, or would he try to make him come to the States to get that fight? And I don't think Luis Ortiz has enough pull to tell Dillian Whyte where a fight should be at. I think actually Dillian Whyte would have the more pull because he brings in more money from the business aspect. So it's going to be interesting to see what Dillian Whyte does. It just depends on how he wants to go about the situation. What is his main goals? But whichever one he chooses, I mean, he's going to end up in front of an absolute monster either way. He goes the IBF route, he's going to end up in front of Anthony Joshua, and he already lost to Anthony Joshua. He goes the WBC route, he's going to end up in front of Wilder, and he's knocked out everybody he's been in the ring with. So it's a tall task either way. So if I was him, I would go with the smarter business move and the smarter money move and the easier fight, which is Kubrat Pulev. But if he's a true G, a true gangster like I know he is, I know he's probably seriously considering Luis Ortiz as well. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Please share this video. Support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.